Welcome to the channel. How are you guys doing? Thanks so much for being here. Today we're going to cover the False Prosperity Lightracer mod. If you have WARNO, all you got to do is go to the workshop and click subscribe. So this mod is set in a futuristic era where you guys can see the different units, some of them in existence and some kind of just in theory. You guys are going to see the United States face off the Chinese primarily, and also some futuristic Russian units as well. But here you guys are seeing the different types of fighter jets and stealth bombers, some in existence and some not. So a little side note, I did want to mention that 90% of you guys who come back to watch the channel, which is thousands of you, are not subscribed. Most of you probably don't know, but for small content creators, you guys being subscribed, liking, commenting, and sharing is my actual lifeline. Without that, this channel wouldn't get very far. So I personally happen to believe that this mod is one of the best WARNO mods currently in existence. I highly recommend you guys check this out. The new units that this mod introduces just create so much fun. It's such a different dynamic. And as you guys can see, those massive transports there look very similar to Avatar style transport ships, just a little bit smaller. But this mod just introduces such fun and creative units, some of which is actually real, that's being currently developed by many militaries as far as drones go. As you guys can see there, some drones dropping off some payloads. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea of what this mod is capable of, and I hope you guys try it out yourself. And again, if you like this video and the coverage of this mod, you guys subscribing, liking, and commenting allows me to basically kick the YouTube algorithm in the ass. So, na zdrowie. So today we're actually going to be playing as the United States. This is set in a futuristic era. Seeing some of our recon guys unload. Now this helicopter is really interesting to me because it looks very similar to the Sikorsky Raider X helicopter. It's got that tail rotor thing in the back. So right off the bat, we're going to push up some recon. And to give you guys a little bit of perspective, so it's United States versus China type of conflict. And this is the Arsenal map, which is also a modded map. Very beautiful. So right now we're trying to establish some recon for Foxtrot. And you guys see more recon popping up for Bravo. We'll see what our objectives are going to be, but obviously the more control points you have, the faster you will win. So the Chinese recon is also pushing up. They chose a bit of a different tactic than me. I chose infantry, and they're choosing a bit more armor. It already looks like they're punishing the hell out of my recon. But don't you worry, you guys can see what's coming. There's that long-range missile support that I was talking about. And the Chinese are also pushing one of their tanks. So I think right now our recon is suppressed, so they're having a bit of a hard time pinpointing the enemy. As you guys can see, the missile strikes are a bit off. And there you go. You have one of the Chinese tanks pushing up. ZDZ-60A, 21 front, 11 side, 6 rear. Pretty good tank. You guys can see the interesting statistics there. and are already getting hit. And it looks like the Chinese tank is engaging the US tank. And there goes the turret. Nice. Wow, just look at that. The turret flying off and everything. Incredible. Seems like the US armor outmatches the Chinese capabilities still. I mean, just look at how incredible this tank looks. It's awesome. So he already took out the recon and the tank, so being quite productive. So you see the Chinese already capped Foxtrot, but don't you worry, we are pushing up some infantry, some resupply, and we're going to try to take Foxtrot as soon as we can. We have a friendly AH-5F, also US unit, taking on the enemy here. It looks very similar to the FARA project type of helicopter. But you guys are going to see some long-range missile support coming in. Wow. Just devastating. Looks like the Chinese were able to take out the American tank. But let's see how long they survive. There's one shot there. Looks like some J-20s flying in the sky there and got shot down by our Patriot system. There you go, another J-20. Here's the J-20. Almost got shot down by our Patriot system there. Wow. Close shot there from our Patriot system. But these J-20s do look pretty amazing. Very similar to the F-22. So right now the enemy does have a +2. We're going to be shortly working on trying to capture Bravo. The enemy does have quite a bit of anti-air, some tanks, primarily tanks actually, so we'll have to work on that. But you do see our allies here actually pushing on Delta, taking out some Chinese air defense, which is very, very beefy, by the way. Wow, nice. And there goes 2 Chinese air defense units. Looks like we're pushing up here on Delta, being very proactive. Another AH-5F helicopter coming in. And I'm sure that the enemy is probably going to call in some Air Force to try to down this helicopter. They love doing that. ZDZ trying to suppress that helicopter. There's that J-20 taking out the AH-5F. Now they did come in pairs there. You see the helicopter crashed. There's his buddy, flying in formation. So here's our command tank, trying to take out some enemy units there. And there's our long-range missiles, hitting enemy targets right spot on. These HQ-30s, though, they're really beefy. I don't know how you would survive a direct hit from that. But Chinese have a bunch of tanks here. We're going to push up some. Here's a M5A3. Another recon tank. Very armored for a recon tank. It's going to come in here to support our command tank. There you go. Command tank is engaging. Looks like we took out that anti-air. as well as a Chinese tank. Very good. So I do want to show off this M480 Attackham's Iron Feather. This is definitely the star player of the game. He had a lot of kills. With proper recon and everything, this thing could be devastating. It could shoot really, really quick. You only get 2 of them, so they're trying to kind of balance that because they're very, very accurate. And a couple of hits on a tank, maybe 2 precise hits would take it out. We're also slowly encroaching on Bravo. You guys can see our infantry coming in here, which are very capable. And actually watch them take out they just took out that Chinese tank. Very nice. You guys see some long range strikes happening. Very nice. Some artillery coming in. Nice. We're working on the enemy's anti-air. Getting hit pretty hard. Very nice. Chinese tank coming in. You guys saw a direct hit from our Attackham's. Look at the massive crater that creates. That's just amazing. This guy's just booking it. He's actually coming in on our left flank. And unfortunately, our missile there just missed. Close, but not close enough. So the Chinese tank continues to push forward, taking out different tanks. It looks like it's a much lighter U.S. armored tank that just got taken out. And they continue to push. So let's see how the enemy answers. Here's another long-range missile. It's going to miss, unfortunately. But I'm sure somebody's going to take him out. We want to see how long this Chinese tank survives as it continues to push into enemy territory with virtually no support. There you go. That's a side hit right there. Not very good for the Chinese tank. There's a front hit there. Looks like the U.S. mechanized infantry just got the kill on the Chinese tank. Very impressive. Here comes in their helicopter a little bit late. Late to the party, man. They needed you earlier. F-45D coming in for some air sport here. You actually see 2 of them. It looks like they're preparing the way for something. Not sure what, but they're going to have plenty of engagements. Oh, maybe that. I think they might be protecting that, whatever that is. Looks like a flying gun. Oh my god, guys, I'm so excited to show this off. This is so cool. Almost giving me Halo vibes. So I'm not gonna lie, this thing is just absolutely massive. So this is the USSC Saratoga. You guys can see it has some incredible air-to-air missiles. They have some anti-tank high explosive things and high explosive rounds for anti-infantry. So it's kind of can do everything. There you go. You guys see a missile, air-to-air missile, I think. Shot at something there, and it's firing flares. It's being targeted. The downside to this thing is that it has very, very low fuel, so it can't do all that much. There you go. You guys are seeing the Chinese J-20s target this thing. trying to take it out. J-20 trying to take on this massive U.S. aircraft. It looks like the United States has pretty much figured out anti-gravity because they have half a city flying in the air. These J-20s just try to take it out, and we're not capable of doing so. Just look how massive that thing is. So here it is again. Let's get a really good view at this as it passes by. Just look at the sheer scale of this thing. I mean, it makes these towns look minuscule compared to it. It's just absolutely massive. But yeah, like I said, the downside of this thing is it is very limited on fuel, so you kind of have to figure out what you're going to target with it right away and not really loiter too long. But here you go. You've seen it climb. Just absolutely incredible. All the way to space. And you guys do see that we have a +6 right now. So we already capped Bravo. Fortunately, I missed showing that off. And you guys can see. Let's look at the Chinese infantry running away from this engagement because they're outmatched. Very brave, though. That or their command is just stupid. Oof. The M10 and another M10. Pretty powerful together. Just look how much damage it's doing to this infantry. You guys can check out the AFT-10M, the anti-tank unit for the Chinese. Has 4,025 meters, which is really, really long range, and also 80% accuracy. That's absolutely insane. Pretty much every WARNO player's wet dream. So here we have the E-30A, really interesting sport aircraft, which has jamming lasers. It has a very interesting coaxial weapon. It looks like it can target helicopters, aircraft. So it seems more of an aerial denial unit. So there you guys have it. That's the end of the match. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the recording. As you guys can see, the M583 had an insane amount of kills. Here's our command tank. And also the THAAD TMD, which is a Futuristic Patriot unit, did it incredibly well as well. You guys can see the recon kills there. And then so I know that our M480 actually had a lot of damage to units, but I guess we only got 1 kill, which is very surprising to me. If you guys are interested in the mod, I will have the link in the description. If you guys enjoyed the content, do subscribe, like, and share. It does help the channel growth and with the YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and everybody stay safe and take care.